here preaching like I preach. I said, man, ain't no way I can learn all this stuff. Ain't no way I can learn all this stuff. I said that. And I said, this is a lot of stuff. But I know me. I don't like to read. And that was my problem. And I had to make sure I make myself read. Don't kick against this. Because there's no other way. And when the pain comes to you, don't think God doing you wrong. He's trying to teach you something. If you don't whoop your kids, believe me, you don't love them. Because they're going to grow up and they're going to go out there and do something to make you totally embarrassed of. Totally, if you don't correct them. And that's how God is. He's going to correct his servants. We got to endure it. Verse 5. Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 5. Go ahead.
And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him.
When he's talking about chastening, he's talking about punishment. I know when I sin, God gonna tap me. I just hope he don't tap me out. Hope he don't kill me. Hope he just hit me just a little bit so I can understand what I must do. He said, don't despise that. And he said, don't faint. You know how some people, time they get a little hungry. I remember one time they cut these food stamp cards out, boy. It went crazy on the news. Went crazy. Over some food stamp cards. Not having their faith in God. Oh, we're gonna do Trump, we're gonna cut the food stamp cards off. All this right here, they talk, like, man, what faith you got? You got faith in the card or you got faith in God? Listen to them, you just listen to the conversation. They fainted because their God is a president. I serve a God that can supply the birds and they ain't went hungry. And he look at me more precious than the birds. Go ahead.
For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourges every son whom he receiveth.
And so, if he love you, you don't get whooped. That was to my scourge. It could be your car break down because you did something wrong. It could be you break your leg because you sin. It could be anything. I don't know how God gonna whoop you, but he gonna whoop you. Scourge me whooping. Go ahead.
If you endure chastening,
see what he said? If not, you endure this. Because a lot of people faint and say, nah, I can't serve this kind of God. Go ahead.
If you endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons.
Yes, sir.
For what son is he whom the Father chastens not?
That's why I tell you, if you any type of parent, you're going to whoop your kids. Parents said, God said, don't spare the rod. God said, I'm the same way. I gave you the law. I'm going to whoop you if you do something wrong. Because you my kids. But if he don't whoop you, guess what? You're just like a bastard kid, running wild. Go ahead.
But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons.
See what I told you? If you ain't got no chastisement, you like a bastard kid. You ain't got a father. That's all it says. When you don't discipline your kids right, if God don't discipline you, he's like, man, you ain't my kid. I'll let Satan have it. He'll let you have so much fun that you kill yourself. Period. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reference. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live?
He said, you respect your father in the flesh. I know I respect my daddy. He'll take your head off. He said, you should respect me the same way, even more. That's what's wrong with a lot of kids today. They ain't getting that behind to it. They don't feel nothing. And people try to whoop their kids at the wrong age. 12, 13, 14 years old. That's it. It's over. It's over. You should have started when they were little. Little. You won't have no problem. All you gotta do is look at it. We'll keep going. This is what God's trying to explain. He's trying to show us how we doing as fathers with the kids. He said, I'm the same way. If you my kid, I'm gonna chastise you. I'm gonna punish you when you sin. I'm gonna punish you. Go ahead.
verse 10. For they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness.
See, that's what he said, you got to endure this. He doing it for your profit. So you will say, okay, I know I messed up going out there fornicating or committing adultery or lying or stealing, whatever it is. I'm going to lock him up for a little while. I'm going to do whatever. Understand what he's talking about here. He wants you to learn it while you're suffering through it, so you won't do it again. But this is what he's talking about. Keep going.
Now no chastening for the present seems to be joyous, but grievous.
So he's telling me, a lot of people say, oh yeah, I got away with that. Yeah, I got away with that. Not so fast. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, afterwards it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
See, when he said, now, no chastening for the present seeming to be joyful, but it grievous to you if you're not correct. I mean, grievous to you mean it's going to hurt you if they don't correct you as a child, as a young adult, even as an adult. You got to be corrected. It's going to be grievous to you. You're going to mess around and get yourself killed if you keep sleeping around out there. AIDS going to come about you. Syphilis, gonorrhea, all that stuff. I'm just using that for one example. You keep stealing, you're going to be locked up for life. So God wants you to learn from your mistakes and stop it. You finished with that?
No, sir.
Jump down to verse 14. Verse 14, go ahead.
Follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord.
Yes, sir. He wants us to make sure we follow peace. Always come to a person in peace. Don't jump down their throat like I used to do. Father, come with peace. Ask them what they think about this before you just go in on them. No, come with peace first. Go ahead.
Looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of God.
Yes, sir.
Lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you, and thereby may be defiled.
See, when you look diligently, lest any man fail the grace of God, you diligently trying to find out what's going on. Not, I don't like her, I don't like him, because she looked better than me, or he looked better than me, all this stuff. These folks just got all this crazy stuff going through their head and their mind. And you ain't listening to what they're saying out their mouth. Look diligently, see if they really don't know. That's what we got to understand. Stop running our mouth and just listen. Listen. He said, lest any root of bitterness spring forth up, trouble you. People get bitter over some of the smallest things, not listening to what a person is saying. They're looking on the outer appearance. They be good people, but just because they got more than you got, you bitter toward them, or you don't like them, or anything. Go ahead.
Lest there be any fornicator or profane person, as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
So he going back to even Esau, Jacob's twin brother. He said he didn't want to endure the pain of hunger. He sold the birthright. He's supposed to be with the chosen seed. But God told Rebekah what was about to go down. He's like, the younger brother gonna sell the older brother. He going back and telling you what's happening in the book, in the past. If you ain't got no history on that, you won't know what he's talking about in the New Testament. Right? Two nations, Esau and Jacob. Jacob with the chosen seed. Esau wasn't at the time. He sold his birthright for a bowl of soup, or a bowl or whatever it was, food. Go ahead.
For you know how that afterwards, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. For ye are not come unto the mount that might be touched and that burn with fire, nor unto blackness and darkness and tempest.
He going back to the time when he told Israel to come up and meet with him. No one could come up. Moses, he told Moses and children to come up and meet with him. He going to talk to them. But the children of Israel got scared and they left away from him. Only Moses said, Moses, go up there and talk to him. We don't want to talk to him. This is what he's talking about. But if they ain't taught you, then you don't know what he's talking about. Go ahead.
And the sound of a trumpet, and the voice of words, which voice they that heard entreated that the words should not be spoken to them anymore.
Because when the children of Israel approached that mountain, you had all them horns. He was blowing trumpet. It was so loud they got scared. They told Moses to go and talk to the Lord. If anything would have broke through and seen God of Israel, which is Jesus, it would have been dead, down to the animals. Go ahead.
For they could not endure that which was commanded.
Mm-hmm.
And if so much as a beast touched the mountain, it should be stoned or thrust through with a dart.
See, I told you, if they would have any beast or animal that came up at that time, it would have been killed. Go ahead.
And so terrible was the sight that Moses said, I exceedingly fear and quake.
Go ahead.
But ye are come unto Mount Zion, and unto the city of the living God, the heavenly Jerusalem, and to an innumerable company of angels.
God is running the history down of Israel. He's running it down. This is what's going to happen when he comes back to the earth. It's going to be a innumerable amount of angels. You can't even count them. They're going to come back with him. Because there's going to be some get back for Jesus and his own. Go ahead.
To the general assembly and church of the firstborn, which are written in heaven, and to God the judge of all, and to the spirits of just men made perfect.
Yes, sir. It's the resurrection. Go ahead.
And to Jesus, the mediator of the new covenant, and to the blood of sprinkling, that speaketh better things than that of Abel.
Yes, sir.
See that ye refuse not him that speaketh. For if they escape not who refused him that spake on earth, much more shall not we escape if we turn away from him that speaketh from heaven.
So he tells us everything pretty much in this one chapter. You can go back and research from the Old Testament how all this went down. He's just giving you a little bit from each chapter. He said, don't refuse this what Paul is talking about. I think it's Paul. What Paul is talking about. He telling you what went down. He want to make sure that we don't refuse the laws of God. That we refuse this. What we headed to the lake of fire. Go ahead.
26. Whose voice then shook the earth, but now he has promised, saying, Yet once more I shake not the earth only, but also heaven.
They're talking about when Jesus comes, he's going to shake this whole earth up.
Yes.
He's going to shake it up. So he's running it down. Go ahead.
And this word, yet once more, signifieth the removing of those things that are shaken, as of things that are made, that those things which cannot be shaken may remain.
Well, if you understand how the covenant of the Lord, the earth, the clouds, and the stars, and the sun, all that stuff will be tore off. It ain't going to be no more. You're going to actually see everything.
That's right.
And he's going to govern the whole universe from earth. This is what he tells you. The things are not going to be shaken, which is this land. He said in Ecclesiastes, the earth going to last forever. Ain't nothing going to happen to the earth. He's just going to purify it. So you got to understand what's going on right here. Keep going.
Wherefore, we receive in a kingdom which cannot be moved. Let us have grace whereby we may serve God acceptably, with reverence and godly fear.
This is how we get in that kingdom. We got to serve him with reverence. We reverence God, not a preacher. Reverend. I don't see how in the world a preacher can call himself reverend. You can't be a reverend. He said Psalms 119, holy and reverend is my name.
Yes,
so if a preacher, you call a preacher a reverend, you out of order. He telling you right here, he said, with a godly fear. You got to fear God, but what did he tell you in the church? God don't want you to fear him. Yes, he do. Because without fear, these little kids run around here like bastards, like they're doing now. They don't fear nothing. Turn on the news. It'll show you. All of Israel. Killing, shooting, stealing, doing whatever. Why? Because no one giving them this book. No one. Because the parents didn't have it. Their parents before them didn't have it. But because you bring this to the kid, they look at you like you the meanest thing in the world. And you trying to get them to the kingdom of God, if they would listen. But they look at you like you mean. But don't endure that. Endure it. It's gonna happen. Understand that. Go ahead.
For our God is a consuming fire.
That he is. He gonna consume this earth with fire, purify. But I hope y'all understood what I'm talking about. It's saying that enduring, the servants of God gonna endure this pain. Don't quit. Go back and get in touch with these scriptures. Don't just pollute the Sabbath day. Go and read the scriptures and get in the word. I thank you for your time. And also we got Pentecost coming up. We got to make sure that, like I say, get this money in so we can buy this food.